All right. All right, we should be live on YouTube. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? It is quite windy out here today. Yeah, it's about 58 degrees, but there's a pretty big gust of wind blowing my way. So hopefully the microphone, the windscreen is doing a good job here. I'm sorry, I'm just paying attention to some people. I want to make sure they're not coming my way so I can avoid them, because I don't wear a mask on these walks. There are actually quite a bit of people out here today. I'm trying to avoid people, but there are people coming parallel on both sides of the street. So I'm just trying to avoid people. All right, folks, can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? Yeah, my apologies again for the late start. There's just been a lot going on lately, folks, and I've been putting shows together left and right, and it's a lot of work. I'm a one-man show, and I understand the importance of time management and being prompt. It's not that I don't manage my time, I do. I'm just trying to give you guys more content, trying to give you guys and gals more content, and I do everything myself. And when I get to the point of where it's feasible to hire somebody, I will hire somebody to help me, but it's still going to be my content. I'm still going to be unique to my style. That's the thing, folks. I will never, ever, ever hire someone and have them change, my message in any way, shape, or form. And that's going to also, have a lot to do with the topic today about relevancy and how important is relevancy, and what are the best ways to gain it. How important is relevancy, and what are the best ways to gain it? How do you gain it properly, right? I'm going to just wait a little bit longer. Somebody's coming off the trail, so I'm just going to wait and see which way they go. I'm just going to wait. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. It is about 7:20 p.m. Eastern, 4:20 p.m. Pacific. I guess people are getting off of work. A lot of people here in the Bay Area, because in the high-tech industry, you can work overnight. They have different shifts. So some people will work like a 5 a.m. to like 1:30 or 2 p.m. Some people will work normal hours. So that's why you have people on these trails at different times. And it looks like the floodgates are full today. This is the way it should look, right? Look at the ducks. And coming over to the other side, it's all good. Good evening, Coach, says 8-Ball Jack. Can hear and see you on my end. You're good, says Queen. All right, so we're all good. Let's get this show on the road. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. This is episode number 98. And today we're going to be discussing how important is relevancy, and how do you properly gain it, or how do you gain it properly? One more time, how important is and how to properly gain it. Queen, do you see that? I wish I could zoom on the front camera of the iPhone. Beautiful. This is what I see when I walk in and I start coming around on this trail. I'm just gonna pull up to the side and wait for this person to pass me by. How's it going? Says Guy Friendly to 8 Ball. How are you folks doing? Folks, I still have 30-second slow mode on in the chat. That doesn't apply to moderators. Moderators can type as often as they want. But I have 30-second slow mode, meaning that you can only send one message every 30 seconds because, you know, I've been trying to get rid of all the trolls, and for the most part, they haven't been coming by. Probably by the end of this week, I'll set it back down to 10-second slow mode and leave it there. It'll be a lot quicker, but, you know, I'm just kind of, you know, testing a few things out and kind of, you know, doing what I can to exhaust the trolls so they get the hint and just move on. And for the most part, they have. It is very, very windy. Like, it is extremely windy right now. Can you hear much of any wind noise? Or is it doing okay? I like to always ask when a big gust of wind hits me. Queen says yes. That was her answering earlier about the duck, right, Queen? So, while I wait for that, at Guy Friendly, I'm doing okay. I hope Jamie stops harassing the coach. You know, here's the thing, dude. He was never really even harassing me. He was pretending to. Now, he did do some things in real life as part of his fake persona. So you can consider that harassment, but I'm not worried about that stuff anymore. It's not a big deal. Like I said on my last stream, that last stream was the last time I'm going to talk about it. Now, if you folks ask questions about it, I'm not going to ignore my audience. I'll answer all your questions. I just want to say, from my side, and coming from me, I'm done making streams about it, and I'm done instigating a conversation about it. But if you folks have questions about it, that's fine. I'll respond to it. I'm just not going to, you know, make streams about it specifically. And that's the thing, folks. Part of being a good YouTuber and building an audience is, you know, being there for your audience. Even if it's about something that you really don't want to talk about, as long as it pertains to your channel in some way, shape, or form, then it's okay. I'm just being very clear about that. I will share this stream, says Lewis. Queen says, hello, Lewis. Got 13 people here, 5 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. So, let's talk about the importance of relevancy. How important is it? Is it really that important, or is it not that big of a deal? I think to a certain extent or a certain degree, everybody wants to feel relevant. Because relevancy makes us feel like we have a purpose, right? And if we, deep within ourselves, don't feel like we have a purpose, we're not going to feel good about ourselves. We're going to feel like we're not worthy of being alive, right? That's just a figure of speech, right? Don't take it the wrong way. And if we feel like we're not worthy of being alive, we're going to go into depression. We're going to just be a sad person or sad people. And what's going to happen? We're going to project that sadness onto others, right? And I know you guys know who the perfect example is about that, but I don't have to say it. You folks know what a perfect example of that would be, those of you that have been following me for a while. But that's just a general statement, right? So everybody wants to be relevant. Everybody wants to feel wanted and appreciated, right? And feel like they're worthy of something, right? But it's how you go about it that's going to make you relevant or not. And There's a difference nowadays regarding what's happening online and offline. Most people seek their relevancy through the online world, especially YouTube, right? But relevancy happens online and offline, right? Now, personally, I feel that people should more so focus on their relevancy and their purpose offline. But if you can incorporate your purpose by having a digital presence as well on YouTube and other social media platforms and doing it in the right way, that's great. As long as you do it for the right reasons, right? So relevancy is important, but it's how you go about gaining relevancy. I'm going to share with you folks first, because it's the simplest thing to talk about regarding this topic here, how to gain relevancy. It's one simple thing, is be yourself. The best way to gain relevancy is to just be yourself. Don't try to be somebody you're not just to be relevant. An example, and it's the best example I can think of out here on YouTube, is what people did to me for the past 3-4 years, or have done to me, right? They've tried to copycat my Walking with Purpose streams. They've tried to copycat my coaching style, right? They've tried to mimic my voice, right? Why? Because they're seeking relevancy. They're trying to be a entertainment type of channel or something like that, right? They're trying to seek their relevancy by trying to diminish mine, by criticizing it and making fun of it, right? And while that may, make somebody feel like they're relevant because they may gain an audience that loves that kind of stuff, like I've said all along, sharing similar stories, this is not sustainable long term, right? That's not the best way to become relevant. It's not going to make you relevant. It's going to make you irrelevant. Kind of like Guy Friendly mentioned at the beginning of the stream before I went live. Good point there, Guy Friendly. So plain and simple, the best way to gain relevancy is to be yourself. Out here on YouTube, for example, and I kind of mentioned this on my previous stream earlier today. If you missed it, check it out. Lots of good updates on that stream, especially if you've been involved in my communities for a while. If you're new, it's not going to make sense. If you've been around for a while, go check out the replay of that stream. It'll make a lot of sense. But, excuse me, sorry a second, somebody's passing by. But again, the best way to gain relevance is to just be yourself. Allow people to get to know you. Don't try to be somebody you're not just because someone else has been successful at doing it, right? Be you. Be true to yourself. And be consistent. I've been doing this for 4 years, right? My channel is nowhere near where I want it to be. Has it grown? Yes. Am I monetized? Yes. Have I reached some goals? Yes. But I haven't reached all of my goals. And I've been doing it for 4 years. I have 4 years of history doing this. Some of it bad, some of it good, right? But I've learned from the bad and made things better, right? All of which helps me become more relevant to people, right? I'm not trying to show off. I'm just using this for example purposes, right? And if you believe in yourself and what you have to offer this world, and you just focus your message on who you really are, and not try to be somebody you're not, you're on your way to becoming relevant. It may take years for you to get relevant, right? Especially in the online world, right? But if you stick with it and you're consistent, kind of like I am, I do videos every day or live streams almost every day, right? More and more people are going to have a chance to interact with you. And over the course of time, more and more people will get to know, like you, and trust you, right? Thus, automatically making you relevant without even seeking relevancy, right? So, another way of putting it is, if you're just being yourself and you don't seek relevancy, it'll happen on its own. Remember these words. If you are just being yourself, you continue to be yourself and not try to be something you're not, and you don't go out there specifically seeking relevancy, you're just being yourself, relevancy will find you on its own. The right people will find you, they'll connect with you, they'll relate to you, they may end up buying into you, and then it's just going to start to snowball, right? It'll create the snowball effect, right? Becoming relevant, is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to accomplish. You have to work at it. You have to be humble. You have to do your time, especially out here on YouTube. And over the course of time, you're going to start off slowly growing. And then as you build your audience, like I said, you become a little more relevant. And then as more and more people get to know you and start sharing you out, like I said, the snowball effect happens, right? Then all of a sudden, boom, that's when your channel blows up, right? I'm just using YouTube as an example because that's where we're at, right? Makes sense? Eight Ball Jack says consistency is key. Hey, Mr. Wondering Haggis, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. American Dream 1.5, welcome to the show. Now, folks, as always, throughout any of my live streams, please feel free to ask any questions, whether they are regarding the topic or any other business or personal relationship topic you need help with, or need an opinion from, or advice regarding. Please get those questions in right now, folks, because in a second here, I'm going to share some examples of one of the worst things you can do if you want to be relevant. These examples primarily will come, that's a jackrabbit. That's a foot-tall jackrabbit. Look at that. See that jackrabbit right there? I don't know if you saw that. That thing is still going. Queen, do you see that jackrabbit? That was a big that they're called jackrabbits, bro. You know what a jackrabbit is? And those jackrabbits, man, they haul, man. They haul ass. And they're quick. The rabbit said, I'm out of here. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is that most animals are afraid of humans. Right? Like even rattlesnakes, which there aren't any on this trail. Like it's way too cold for rattlesnakes to be out here. But even rattlesnakes don't want to harm you. They will only defend themselves when they feel threatened or cornered, right? So if you give them distance and respect, distance, space, respect, they'll just crawl off the trail and let you walk on by, if they even are on a trail. So anyway, rabbit stew yummy, says Mr. Wondering Haggis. Yeah, what's up, Doc? Everyone's favorite bunny, Bugs Bunny, right? Lots of beautiful women on this trail. Oh my God, that woman was so tiny. Good shape, but just probably weighs like 90 pounds. I mean, I'm not trying to be weird or anything, but I like a woman with a little bit of meat. I mean, I'm not saying like an extremely big woman, but I like a woman that has a little on her. Still proportion, right? But I've dated women that are like stick figures, and it's cool. It's all right. I mean, I'm not judgmental or anything like that, but yeah, as I've gotten older, like, anyway, you know what I mean, right? How do you like them, Dream? Do you like them a little thick, Dream, or do you like them like stick, skinny, thin? I'm just curious, bro. So anyway, what should you not do? I follow a lot of YouTubers out here, right? And some of my favorite channels are reaction channels or channels that have like live stream panels with a topic, right? I like channels where topics are discussed and there's a host, kind of like what I do on my shows, right? But you get these guys, and I'll just mention some names, for example. There's like, Rogue Internet Man and Haters Inc. These are two guys that are just not being themselves. And they either use a voice modulator. I think Rogue uses a voice modulator, and Haters Inc. doesn't. But Haters Inc. tries to use a certain tonality in his voice that's not really his own. An example, he'll say something like, American Dream 1.5, 2.5, and 6.2. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Great to have you here, American Dream. Stay as long as you'd like. You're no longer a dream, American Dream, because you're actually here. I'm not dreaming anymore, Dream. Right? Rogue Internet Man's like the same way, right? It's always kind of like going to, a strip joint, right? A gentleman's club. Let's call it the professional term, a gentleman's club, right? You go to a gentleman's club, right? And the ladies are on the stage, and as they're entering, DJ starts playing music and says, now entering the stage, the lovely Lisa. Lisa is your dream girl. And if you shower Lisa with lots of love and lots of dollar bills, Lisa will love you as much as you want to love Lisa. Right? You get these guys out here on YouTube that try to broadcast with the same voice as a strip club disc jockey, DJ, right? That's pathetic because they're not being themselves, right? When I do my shows, I use my regular voice. Now, I have a lot of experience doing public speaking, and I know how to emphasize certain things, right? But I use my real voice. This is my real voice. I'm not saying, hello, everyone. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And glad to have you here on board today. Today, we're going to be talking about whatever, right? You understand what I'm saying? These people sound phony. I love beautiful ladies, says Dream, so do I. American Dream says, muscular lower body, small waist, perky, tatas. Okay. He sounds like a game show host. Who's that, Dream? Give us your best DJ voice. Tell us about the hot women. I've already done that. Now I want to go to the strip club with Eli. No, dude. I don't go to strip clubs anymore. When I was younger, when I turned 18, I went. And then when I turned 21, I went. I went in my early 20s a little bit. But I always had a girlfriend, never had a problem meeting women, right? Guys that go to strip clubs are either unhappily married in an unhappy relationship, and they're trying to get away from their woman for the night, right? Or they just are involuntarily celibate. They're incels, right? I'm not an incel, and I've never had a problem getting dates. I still don't. I'm just very picky and choosy because I want to be with a woman that's going to respect me in the same ways I'll respect her, right? But I used to go to the strip clubs with friends just to hang out, have a couple drinks, right? And sure, I had a few lap dances every now and then. I mean, you got to hang out with the guys and be cool, right? At least that's what you thought you had to be back then, right? But nowadays, I haven't been to a gentleman's club. Jesus. I've been to a gentleman's club, I'd say, in at least 15 years, maybe like almost 20 years. There's no point. You go there, spend a lot of money, pay for overpriced, watered-down alcohol, right? For a woman to rub herself up against you for, money and go home with blue balls. You guys know what blue balls are? I'm sure you do, right? I should do a stream on that, how to prevent blue balls. Now, I've had that a time or two in my younger days. Let me tell you something. Blue balls, that's some of the most excruciating pain as a man you're ever going to experience. And there's only one way out. You know what the only way out is, guys. I don't have to tell you that. Yeah. Excuse me, I have to clear my throat. Yeah, so you get these guys that come out here on YouTube and try to overly emphasize their voice, right? I was watching another stream earlier today on the RDA Media channel, run by a guy named Rostog, right? And he was pretty much saying the same thing. He was saying that these people try to overcompensate. They do. And they sound really phony. And they're just, they're trying to be like, this is what Rostog said, they're trying to be like a Tom Brokaw. Tom Brokaw, NBC News, this is Tom Brokaw, NBC News, right? They train you to speak that way, right? They train you to speak that way, right? But that doesn't work anymore nowadays, right? Now people want it real and raw, especially out here on YouTube. Like I mentioned on my previous stream, YouTube is about you. It's YouTube, right? So if you're not being yourself and you're a phony, people are going to call you out. Now, you might be able to build an audience of people that love phony people for a while, kind of like some other people we've seen do, but it's not sustainable long term. If you want to be relevant long term, you got to be yourself. Be yourself. Let people get to know you. And that takes time, right? One of the reasons why people, end up doing drama stuff or trying to pretend to be something they're not is because they're trying to shortcut success. Success is not something you can shortcut. It's not. It absolutely isn't. Let me check out the chat real quick. Great point, Coach. Yeah, thank you. They cheat on their wives. Mr. Wondering Haggis. I like my ladies with some, I think you meant to say thick, to hold on to in the bedroom, especially doing doggy. She's got to have a nice rear end. I get you, bro. I'm the same way. I'm the same way, brother. And let me tell you something. They like it too. If they like you and you're doing it right, they like it too, bro. I'll probably end up doing some streams on, how to pleasure your partners romantically in the bedroom. Because a lot of people need help with that. Especially our younger guys nowadays. They have no clue what they're doing, right? They just want to stick it in and that's that, right? You got to take care of your lady, right? If you want to keep her around, you got to take care of her. And if you care about her, don't you want her to feel good too? Like if you're a considerate man like myself, don't you want your woman to feel good? Because I'll tell you what turns me on more is when my woman is turned on by me, that turns me on more. If I'm able to turn her on and make her feel good before I even go, that even makes me happier and more turned on, right? That's what a lot of guys don't get nowadays, right? Maybe we'll do a show on that one of these days. Oh, yeah. Whew. So I get it, Mr. Wondering Haggis. I'm the same way. When I was younger, I wanted the skinniest woman, right? The Barbie doll, right? Skinny, stick thin, right? As I got older, I started to really appreciate the beauty of a woman's curves, right? Now, I'm not saying that I would date a woman that's like 200 pounds, but if a woman is 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight, she carries it well, it's all good, right? I mean, there's a line I still draw, but I'm not as picky as I used to be, and quite frankly, I'm not really even that attracted to super skinny, stick, thin women like I was before. No disrespect. I mean, some of them are beautiful, and I'm not saying I wouldn't give one a chance if she came around and she was the right person with a great personality, but I prefer more of what you're saying, man. You like the juicy behind, right? Juicy Lucy. It's all good, right? It's all good. Got 14 in the box, 7 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Angels Asylum. How are you doing? Well, let me ask you, Angel. I know you're from the Lichen Theory side. Do you find value here? I'm just curious to know. Not a big deal. I'm just kind of wondering. And what are your thoughts about the last few streams over here? I'm sure you've seen them. You probably saw them over on the simulcast, but that's okay. You can still share your thoughts. I'm open to it. And I know you probably like both sides, or you like to go wherever you want to go, but I'm just kind of curious to know. What are your thoughts? There's like a red ship over there. I didn't see that here the other day. It's probably a cargo ship. That's the port of Redwood City over there. And I think like there's a salt company over there. Maybe that's how they ship stuff out. That's how we used to do it back in the days. Before airplanes and FedEx and UPS and all that, we used to ship things on ships over water. And it took a long time for things to get shipped because there was no direct way, such as flying, to go from point A to point B. You had to go around the ocean, right? But some things are still more efficient to be shipped by a boat ship. And if time is not of the essence, and you can wait a month or so or two before receiving something, if you're ordering something in bulk, like from China, it's easier and cheaper. Well, not easier, but it's cheaper to do it shipping it on a boat. That's why a lot of business owners that buy products from China, they will purchase large quantities 2 months in advance of when they anticipate needing to restock, because they can get them at a much cheaper price. Like a lot of those cell phone accessories that we pay $30 for, they get them for like $1 or 30 cents or 50 cents, right? It's a massive, massive markup. And I understand what you folks are going to think about China. I understand that. But if we had to produce these items here, they would cost us even more money. So any way you look at it, there's really no other way around the way things are done nowadays. If we change things up, did more production here, it would cost even more than it already does. Anyway. Hello, Angel says Queen. Angel says hey, hey, hey. Hi, Angel says Lewis. If he likes both sides, does that make... Well, I thought Angel was a female. Are you female? I think you're female. It's a female, dude. I have only listened few times for a few minutes. I don't have an opinion yet, sorry. Well, if you want to go back and watch the previous stream in its entirety, it's less than an hour long. The one I did a few hours ago, Angel. And that explains everything that's pretty much happened during the past 4 years in a nutshell. If you're looking for information regarding Jamie, I'm only mentioning it because that's why you're here, and I want to cater to my audience as well. I want to hear people out. But check it out. And if you want to comment or come on the next live stream and share more of your thoughts, we're open to hearing it. We're not here to cause any issues. We're not here to, try to kick anybody down. But, when something has just been so off for so long and it's affected so many people in negative ways, I think you know what's going on. I don't have to explain it any further. We're all about uplifting people here, making them feel good. We all have our good days and bad days. I'm the kind of guy that just wants to help you get your daily dose of motivation, so you can go out there and accomplish anything you'd like with a smile on your face. It's a really nice day out here today. A little windy, 58 degrees, but the sun is out and lots of water today. Lots of animals out in the wetlands. It's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful today. I cannot complain one bit. There are some people at the observation desk. Sorry. There are a few people on the observation deck, so I'm probably not going to go up there right now unless they leave. So, but yeah, folks, if you have any other questions regarding anything else, whether it's YouTube related, there's another jackrabbit right there. There's another jackrabbit. I don't know if you can see it. There's one right there. Okay, there it is. There it is. See it going? See it going there? There it is. I don't know if you can see it. Hey, buddy. Excuse me. Angel is a very nice person. Okay, that's cool. You got me all wrong, Eli. I roam where I roam. I know there's 3 sides to every story, each person's side, and then the truth, in my honest opinion. I get that, Angel. I've been involved in this for 4 years. And I don't want to have any problems with anyone. I love everyone. But yeah, do your research and make your own opinion. Form your own opinion and let us know. I'd be happy to talk about it with you or anyone else that has an opinion. It's also YouTube. Sometimes people will do things that, are not who they really are because that works for them during that time. I mean, a lot of people in life will initially make bad business deals that appear to be good because they work for a short amount of time, maybe a year or 2 or 3, right? But like I've said all along, these types of business deals are not sustainable long term. I would rather make less money up front and take my time to build a more solid audience that is here because they like the real me rather than pretend to be somebody else, create cringy content and make more money up front that's going to not be sustainable a year or 2 from now, right? I don't want to build something that's going to run its course. I want to build something that's going to be sustainable permanently. And that's what I do to teach people here. That's the difference between myself and the other guy you're trying to figure out, okay, well, who's right, who's wrong? I don't want to even make it about a who's right or who's wrong. I want to make it about a lesson learned, right? Because we've all tried to do things like that in our life before, right? We've all tried to shortcut things, right? And when you shortcut things, you lose in the end. You might win a little bit in the beginning, and it's going to give you a false sense of victory, but in the end, you're going to lose. How do I know? I've tried those things in the past, not on YouTube, but in real life. They don't work, right? I've been talking about this failing for that guy for years. And now it's starting to happen. And whether you agree with me or not, you're seeing it with your own two eyes. I don't have to say anything. I'm only sharing it because, sometimes my audience wants me to talk about it or get my opinion about it. All right. Those people left the observation deck. So I'm going to come up here for a little bit because the water is full. Excuse me. It's a beautiful day today. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Rowing the canoe. Look at that. I am not trying to show up by saying this, but I love where I live, and there's no other place I would rather live. I don't care what it costs. I've lived here all my life, and this is my home. This is me being real with you. I love this, right? And maybe one day, here's the thing, one day, if this channel gets to where I'd like it to go, and it makes an enormous amount of money, I want to take some of that money and create a big party and fly people in from all over the world that were supportive from the beginning, and we can have a party out here, folks. We can have a good time, and by that point, this COVID thing will be done. But that's what I want to do, folks. Like, I love the online thing, and I love the digital world. Who doesn't, right? But I'm old school too. I love taking those online connections offline, because that's when you really enjoy being around people. That's the purpose of life, is reality. Not just, zeros and one, like Rogue Internet Man says. We're all zeros and ones, right? We're digital images, right? Well, yeah, to a certain extent. But those digital images, those zeros and ones, convert an image of a real human being, right? You ever thought about that? Give me a second here. I personally don't understand, says Angel, why someone else's channel or income or the way they run their platform is anyone else's business. Well, Angel, here's the thing, respectfully speaking, questions like that used to trigger me, but they don't anymore. I'll tell you why. It wouldn't matter if these people weren't coming at other people and asking the same exact questions or question that you just asked. It's very hypocritical, ma'am. Not you, what they're doing, right? So it'd be like me caring about how much money Jamie makes, which I really don't. But he's made me his content. He's dissected my entire life. He's dissected other people's lives. He's come at people in real life. He's stalked people like myself at my park last year. He's been involved in a lot of shady things that were all incited by his sponsor. And I don't want to talk bad about his sponsor. I keep saying that. It's just what happened. See, Angel, you don't know a lot of the backstory. You don't, right? I get what you're saying. What you're saying makes sense. Why do I care how much money Jamie makes? I don't. I don't care how much money anybody makes. But when they make their channel or they make it their life purpose to dissect my entire life all the time, then I'm going to look into them, right? And I'm going to, talk about why I feel they're doing this, which is all I've done. So I respect your question, but there's your answer. Do you have any other, questions you want to ask regarding that? Do you have any additional questions you'd like to ask? I'd be happy to answer them. Truth of the matter is, well, go back and check out the last stream. You didn't see my last stream. The last stream says it all. It explains everything. Even his girlfriend that I used to be friends with, and I'm on at least civil terms with right now, sent me an email. Her and I have talked about this before, in the past. And it says it all. Jamie doesn't really like what he's doing. He's not being himself. He's doing what pleases his sponsor and what pleases his audience, right? To a certain extent, you have to take care of your audience, but you also have to stay true to your vision and your purpose. And unless someone's vision and purpose is to be a complete jackass in real life and display that on the internet, then, ma'am, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm being honest with you. That's the truth. Please feel free to ask me any more questions if you haven't answered them. When you make it big, take the guys to the gentleman's club, right? Angels Asylum, it was a statement, not a question. I'm not saying you're trying to trigger me. And when you're Angel, if you're going to use words like that, those are words of incitement. So, an Angel, I know you're from the other side. There's no need for you to say I'm not trying to trigger you. I already know that. People only say that. You know what, mods? Get rid of Angel Silent, please. Just get rid of her. I didn't like that snarky comment. She's just here to cause issues from the other side. Queen, somebody do it so I don't have to do it. Queen, let me ask you a question. In your honest opinion, you think she was being snarky with that comment? She was good until she mentioned that I'm not trying to trigger you. Anyone that's from the other side that says I'm not trying to trigger you in a chat is trying to trigger me. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's just over here trying to instigate things, or a white knight for Jamie. That was a pathetic attempt. And I was nothing but cordial with her, right? You see how the more cordial and professional you are with these people about the truth, the less they want to hear it, and they want to come over here and defend the other person. It's pathetic. I think she was. My intuition is too strong. It's way too strong, right? I'm willing to answer any question legitimately. She asked a legitimate question. I answered it. Then she stated that it wasn't a question. She said it was more of a statement. Ma'am, you asked me a question, and I answered it professionally and maturely. And then you try to flip it, saying that it was a statement, not a question, and no, you're not trying to trigger me, ma'am, is what you said. And no, ma'am, it doesn't trigger me. It's just another pathetic attempt to try to, one-up me. And I'm not trying to one-up you, ma'am, or anyone else, right? This is what these people do, right? This is what these people do, right? If you have a legitimate question that's constructive, I'll answer it. If you're here to troll or try to trigger me or say there's always 2 or 3 sides to every story, you're trolling. Everybody automatically knows that, ma'am. If you're still listening, everybody automatically knows there are always 2 sides to every story, or maybe 3 sides, right? Ma'am, you don't need to mention things that are automatically known. I'm not stupid, and you know that. That's all she was trying to do, is trigger me, because she's triggered herself. She sees Jamie's career tanking, practically out of business. And it's because we finally pushed him to the point of where no one's going to watch him anymore. No one cares about what he does. It's pathetic, irrelevant, and stupid, right? And she's over here trying to white knight for him, trying to desperately bring back some kind of relevancy to his name by trying to trigger me, right? And giving him something. To those of you in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but how accurate does my statement sound? How good's my intuition? You try to pull one on me, I'm going to give it to you 10 times harder. I'll keep saying it again. Like a broken record, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. And karma has no deadline. That's the truth. That's no joke. I'm not laughing. That's serious. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. I'm the bull, if you didn't notice. Lewis Fuller, okay, I am back. We got 20 in the box. I am back, says Mr. Wondering Haggis. Welcome back, everybody. 20 in the box, 7 thumbs up. Thank you for being here. I'm on my way back now, folks. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's not raining today, which is good. It was raining a little bit yesterday. I always love going to walk a dirt trail the day after it rains because it's a little bit softer to walk on. Beautiful. Let me pull off to the side and let these people pass. All right, folks, if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask, business or personal related, don't be shy. I'm sure every single one of you is trying to accomplish something right now, and you're kind of struggling, or maybe you're afraid to talk about it, but you're not going to get anywhere unless you talk about it. Put it out there. Mr. Wondering Haggis, any questions you have regarding your personal or your business life? Queen, Mutt, anyone else? Feel free to put out those questions, because if not, I'll just end the stream and just walk the rest of this trail off air. No problem. I don't want to prolong a stream, for no reason, just filling it in with garbage, right? Want to keep me on the air longer? Ask some questions. I'd be happy to answer. It's the way it goes. Yeah. It's a beautiful day. All right. I'm going to wait another minute or two to see if anyone else has any other questions, and if not, we're going to kill the stream, take the rest of the day off. I think today we accomplished what needed to be accomplished. We definitely accomplished something today. I have a feeling that good things are going to come out of what happened today. I just feel it. I have this feeling with my intuition. All right, folks, just another 30 seconds to a minute. If nobody chats or says anything, I'm going to go off the air. All right, folks, we've got 16 in the box, 7 thumbs up. I want to thank you all for being here. Lots of love. I'm going to finish this beautiful walk and then call it a night. Go home, make myself some dinner, relax. If any of you want to reach out to me tonight, I should be around. I should be around probably till at least 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. Pacific. So you figure in your time zone, that could be as late as 3 a.m. Eastern. So if you want to talk, I'll be around. You know my email, go in the description, Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com. If you're connected with me on Facebook, through Messenger, or Hangouts, you can reach out to me there. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. With that being said, have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye. We're out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.